the Renaissance to rule the ages? Question mark? With more question marks on each level. Okay, so I'm supposed to use tribal units on the tribal map? Is that what you mean? Okay. So, they have mini tanks and many riflemen, except it's not riflemen. What do they call? Musketeers. Okay. And I think against those, the best thing's going to be stoners. So, let's get a bunch of stoners and see how they do. Okay, nope, that's it. That's all I can afford. Okay, we'll start with stoners and we'll see how far we get. Maybe being in lines wasn't so good for against the tanks. Maybe I should be in lines the other direction against tanks. Wow, a direct hit from a mammoth did not take down the tanks. So we'll try lines the other direction this time. Okay, does this work better? Well, we took out the riflemen. Oh my goodness, this time the mammoth successfully took out a tank. And the other tank is down. And we've still got quite a few stoners, and the mammoth is still up. Not anymore, but it was. Oh no, it is! Come on, stoners, can you take down this tank? Yes! Hey, we did it! Okay, so this is on a farmer map. So we need farmer units. We have 10,000. What have they got? They have got one really big fencer and a bunch of small fencers. Backed up by lots of balloon archers and musketmen. Okay. I feel like the Scarecrow is going to be the way to win this one. But maybe we want a wheelbarrow or two here to deal with these fencers. And just like a whole bunch of halflings to gum up the works. Okay. Let's see how we do. Here come the crows. Oh, wow. That's a lot of crows. Can the Scarecrows get off a second shot? Oh, we had a couple of free farmers, I guess. Thanks for the free farmers. Ooh. Hey, you've got some trouble there, Mr. Muskie Man. But there are 3 left, and that's really all it takes to take out all of our scarecrows. If they do a good job of shooting, we're gonna have problems. But they didn't. They didn't do a good enough job of shooting. And we won! Alrighty! It's pretty close, though. I like it when it's close. Okay. This is a medieval map. So we want medieval units. That many musketmen. I think we just want squires. We want all the squires. I'm not sure the squires will defeat the fencers, but I don't know that we have a lot of choice. So we'll put a bunch of squires here. And we'll put the catapult behind them to try and... a couple of catapults behind them in the hopes that'll take out the tank. And then just like more squires. Can't shoot all of the squires all the time. That's my motto. Boy, can we afford a lot of squires. Okay. Let's try this. Alrighty, the catapult took out the tank. That is excellent. Knights rushing forward. Must be part of the action. Squires are getting mowed down by the musketmen, but we've got more squires than they've got musketmen. So we can only make it through these fencers and the body of the tank to get at the musketmen. We might make it. Boy, look at the death toll there. That's a lot of dead squires. We've still got archers in the back though. They might help. Yeah, I noticed that, and the fact that our squires were lining up turned out to be a problem. So I might try and move the squires further back. We still need some there to distract the tank while it gets catapulted, but... the fact that they had to line up to get past the body of the tank was a real problem for our squires. They got shot a lot while they were doing that. Archers are moving forward, though. And the musketmen seem to mostly be taking aim at dead things in the pile of bodies here, or not quite dead things in the pile of bodies here. So maybe our archers will be able to be less distracted and take them out. I don't know, there's a lot of them, though. No, they're shooting our archers now. Archers do shoot more often, though. I'm not sure who they're aiming at. They're aiming at some dead guy down here. Oh, it hits somebody in the knee, though. Oh, we have one squire. Just showed up. Don't know where he was, but... finally made his way to the battlefield and he got shot. No, there's a guy. Oh, there's this guy. Okay, so didn't do quite so well there, but I think we learned from our mistakes. And I think the problem is too many squires at the front and not enough at the back. I want them near the middle and not so near the sides. Okay, let's see how this works out. So you want to try all archers. We will try that after this. I've never seen archers take down a tank. That would be entertaining if it works. On the other hand, maybe this will work. I don't know. Whoa. That was 1 frame a second there for a moment. Yeah, this is better. We're not lining up to get shot quite the way we were before. Okay, we still lost quite a few squires before they could get up there, but we've got a lot more than we did last time. Still quite a few fencers to deal with, though. Ooh, that was bad. Just lost a lot of units. And we're still fighting fencers. Okay, well, it's time to Henry V this. We knew how hard it was to beat Henry V, so let's make Henry V's army. Okay, so Henry V had a king. There he is. King who had some healers. 2 healers, I think it was. A few more knights in front here. And then everything else was archers. So here we go. All the archers. Oh, there were some squires, that's right. Henry V did have a few squires. So the rest of this will go into squires. Okay. And just a few more archers. Alright. It's Henry V versus the Renaissance. Let's see how it does. Ha ha! The king lives! You have shot him many times, and yet he lives. There we go! Henry V wins! Okay, it is the ancient era. So we have got many halberds, and many fencers, and many musketeers, and tanks. And on our side, we've got already some Sarissas and some shield bearers. Okay. Let's see if a couple Minotaurs can take out a tank. That's the first thing. After that, what have we got here? These guys. I'm thinking Sarissas will be good. I think we want more Sarissas. We probably definitely want a Ballista too, because I love ballistas. Not up on top of a tree. That's not where we want the ballista. Okay, and then for all of these guys, oh, I think snake archers. Snake archers to confuse the enemy. In a snake shape, even. And Zeus! Oh my goodness! Who could forget Zeus? Can't quite afford Zeus. Now we can. Just in case, Zeus. Okay, cool. And one hoplite, because they're good. Okay, let's see how we do. Nah. Nah. That was supposed to be wonderful coming in through that opening, but it didn't quite work, did it? Okay, we'll do a little slow-mo here. I probably should have done this earlier if I was going to. Okay, so it looks like 2 Minotaurs may not be quite enough to take out a tank. This tank eventually got taken out, but this tank still alive. And killing Minotaurs, in fact. Even Minotaurs that appear to already be dead. There we go, tanks down. Question is, can the snake archers overcome this many musketeers? Let's find out in regular motion, because I think we don't need slow at this point. Yep, those musketeers are just kind of hopping around a bunch, because there's so many snakes. Shooting their friends in the back. More snakes. Everybody's concentrating on snakes. You're liable to get ballisted. Or maybe just snaked. Is the ballista still up? What happened to our other ballista? I don't know. This one's still firing, though. I think we're gonna win this one. I don't know. Snakes take a long time to kill people. But they do it! Alrighty. Alrighty, what are we at now? It is the Viking Age, so we can only use Viking units. Yes. Okay. There are fencers. There are halberdiers. There are musketmen. Many musketmen. Okay. I want to see if longships can beat tanks. So we'll put a longship in front of every tank. I also think that headbutters are going to be very useful. So I'll just put a whole line of headbutters back here. I think headbutters will be ideal against the fencers. Alrighty, for anyone that the headbutters doesn't get, I'm going to get some berserkers. They're going to be back here. Some of them are going to be in the trees. No, let's not put them in the trees. Okay. Don't think Jarls are going to do us a whole lot of good against all these musketmen. What you really want is lots and lots of units. Get some ice archers in the very back here. Here's a question. Would I be allowed to use Uller on this level or not? If it doesn't work, we will certainly try all Berserkers. I was curious how they would do against this many tanks. We'll put a bunch more Berserkers in, because I'm having trouble deciding what to do with all this money. Okay, that's a lot of Berserkers. We'll make them a little more central there. There we go. Okay. Yeah, let's slow motion this one. Alright. What happens with those ships? They just get hit by cannons? Yeah, they just get hit by cannons from the tanks. So the ships, long ships, not a good investment. Oh! One of the long ships might kind of land on a tank. A bit. Kinda. Oh, they were actually just thrown back. So it's not actually too late for them to throw the long ships onto the tanks. They're still not doing a great job of it, though. The headbutters are butting the tanks, butting the halberdiers. That's what I was hoping they would do. Just get in there and hit stuff with their heads. That's what they do. And they're cheap, too. This Berserker's taking on this tank. Ooh, I think the tank's getting cold. Spinning a little slower, and I see a little cyan color there around it. So maybe the ice archers can take down the tank, or at least slow down the tank. See if they can take down and slow down the rest of this. I think most of the Berserkers are down. So I think it's just going to be archers from here on out. Oh, there's a couple of Berserkers there still fighting away. There's one... People are still hanging on to that longboat. Not sure... Okay, they've finally thrown it! I have my doubts as to whether the Berserkers would actually get inside the tank, because I've tried them against tanks before, but... if we don't manage to win this, I certainly will try out Berserkers, because I want to know what they do. That tank's getting mighty cold. Those halberdiers getting mighty cold. Oh, but it's going to spin up anyway. It may be cold, but it still spins a little. These eye chargers may not be enough to get rid of the tank. It's tanking the damage. In the meantime, we're getting shot by the riflemen, the remaining riflemen. Also shooting some of them, so that's not the worst thing. Here comes the frozen tank. Really slowly. I think they might have finally driven it to a halt. But it's not dead yet. Frozen tank is the most powerful tank. Well, it certainly is distracting them very effectively. They're not shooting very many of the. Well, no, there's only two left. But they're not shooting them. They're all shooting the tank. In the meantime, they're getting shot. Yeah, another one got shot. Can I get inside the tank to see how the guy inside's doing? Ooh. Nope, not very easily. Not in this way. Hello? Hello, guy inside the tank. How are you doing? He's pretty cold, too. Ooh, we're down to 3. They're down to 1. No, they're still got 2. Now we're down to 2. The tank's warming up. We didn't have enough people to keep it cold. No! Okay, we're gonna try all... So, I have all the secret units that I know of, but it's been like a month since I've looked. Okay, good. I don't know when they last added something. They've got Red Jade. And the Ballooner. Let's try all Berserkers, because somebody wanted it. Oh, I forgot to use any Valkyries that time. So maybe we'll have to use some Valkyries next time. I've used Berserkers against tanks in the past, and they weren't that effective, but I don't know that I used this many Berserkers against tanks. Maybe if you've got enough of them, it works. I'll just make a giant T shape here. T for trouble. T for window wiper? It doesn't start with a T. It kind of looks like a squeegee, doesn't it? Okay. And there's the jump. They're all over those tanks. They're all over the things behind the tanks. They're all over everything. That's what Berserkers do. There they are, hacking that tank to pieces with their double axes. Looks like they've taken apart this one. And now they've taken apart that one. 2 tanks left, though. And the Berserkers tend to get distracted with whatever's nearest, so they may not take down the other tank next. They may go for the Musketeers, which would not be horrible. I have to say that wouldn't be horrible. I did not count how many Berserkers I have. It was just as many as I could afford. The only reason there are any other units here is because I was supplied with those and I couldn't change them. I think we're going to win with Berserkers. I think that's what's going to happen here. I think we've got enough to take out the tank. Yep, that's it. Ta-da!
Warning, warning, this video is almost over. Warning, warning, it's time to choose another one. This has gone on far too long, time to wake up and sing along. Warning, warning, this video is over now.